Santosh here. Welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'll share about the log extraction data from an Optimarin's BWTS system. Okay, well, Optimarin is the manufacturer of the BWTS system, and BWTS system is ballast water treatment system, for the guys who are not aware or who are not familiar with this term. For the guys who are yet to join this industry, I'll give a short intro about BWTS system. BWTS system, as I told you earlier, it is a ballast water treatment system. As the name sounds, it's in water treatment system. Which water? The ballast water. In short, I will tell you what is the actually I want to explain what is ballast water, but before telling you what is ballast water, I will tell you what is the need of ballast water. Maybe you'll get a clear idea. Okay, so ballast water, the need of ballast water is for two purposes. Two primary objective of this ballast water is that one is to maintain the ship stability, and the other is to actually increase the efficiency of the vessel. Okay, well, I'll explain you how it happens. So suppose this is the ship, consider this is is a ship. Suppose when the load or the cargo that ship that is carrying is more on one side, suppose you take right or left. In shipping they call port and starboard side. Port is left side and starboard is right side. Okay, for your convenience I'll say right and left. Suppose the cargo that is carried on a ship is more on the right side, the ship gets tilted more on the right. Right. So to compensate this tiltness, what they do, they used to fill the ship with water on the other side, so that they compensate the tilt and make sure the ship is again becoming straight. They adjust the trim. This tilt they call as trim in shipping. Okay, so in this way they adjust the stability. Okay, and second is suppose, okay, this is the ship. When the ship is carrying more load, she's actually heavy, and when she is heavy, what happens is she is little submerged in the water, right? Half submerged, not exactly fully submerged, like half submerged in the water. Whereas when she is light, when there is no any cargo, she becomes light, and what happens is she's little uplifted above the water. Above the water. Okay, then when she is fully loaded, she is above the water level. So what happens is, as she is above the water level, the propeller behind her is also a little above the water. Okay, so because of this, what happens is the resistance that acts on the propeller differs. When the propeller is fully submerged, what happens is there is the same resistance of the water. But whereas when the propeller is little above the water surface, propeller doesn't come fully out of water. They design it in such a way that even when the ship is light, half the propeller will be outside and half the propeller will be inside the water, submerged inside the water. So when the ship is light and when the ship is sailing, what happens is the propeller turns in a way that the resistance is low at the air and the resistance is high when she hits the water. So as the propeller turns, it's like she hits low resistance, high resistance, low resistance, high resistance, and this is not good for the engine. Okay, so which actually impacts on the efficiency of the vessel, which means the ship's efficiency is decreased. That will be impacting on the fuel consumption. If the fuel consumption is impacted, the logistics operational cost involved also gets impacted, which means that the end consumer product price is also getting impacted. Okay, so this is not a good, and moreover, other than this logistics cost and stuff, the efficiency of the engine is decreased. Okay, so to control these two things, to maintain these two things, the ship stability and to maintain the ship's efficiency, this ballast water plays an important role. Okay guys, so this is actually the primary objective of a ballast water treatment system. And to carry this water, to fill this water and to discharge this water, the water needs to be treated properly, because if you take a water from an area where that water contains more microbes, more bacteria, more some parasitical insects or some marine aquatic organisms which can be harmful. If you are taking that and discharging it in a place, entirely a place which is totally good, which have never come across such kind of parasites or something, it's like you are actually spoiling that area, and authorities don't want that to happen. In fact, the microbes present in the water can totally affect the environment of that particular area where you're going to discharge it. So this particular water needs to be treated properly, you know. So there is a regulation that differs with countries, you know, especially with USCG. There is one separate, USCG is US Coast Guard, okay, United States Coast Guard. So they have their own regulations, and European nations have their own regulations. So different countries have their own regulations. I mean, how much the water needs to be treated, how much the microbes are required to be actually present. There are limitations for all. So this is actually the ballast water treatment system. Now, what I mean, like, what the catch here is that more than knowing about your ballast water treatment system, more than troubleshooting the system, it is also equally important that you should be aware of extracting the log, the operational data from this particular system. What happens is when you're visiting different countries, the port authorities of that particular countries which you're visiting, you know, they sometimes ask for the data to share with the authorities, because they want to make sure that their particular port is not actually getting affected, because they want to make sure that you have not done any malpractice, you have properly treated the water before discharging. So they wanted to know that. So how they come to know that is from your operational data, from your log data that is saved on your system. So it is very important to know to extract the data from this particular unit or system, okay. So in this video I'll show how to extract the data. It's the data in the sense, I mean, it's an operational log as well as an alarm log, but for your convenience to make the video short, I'll just show or share with you the extraction of data for only for operational log. For alarm log it is the same, but anyways, let's get into the content. This is how you're gonna extract your data, especially with the Optimarin BWTS.